What is going on, guys? Grave here. Welcome back to Neverwinter. Today I want to talk quickly about rotation and positioning while in fights within Neverwinter. Whether it be easy content, hard content, it does not matter. The reason I'm using this gameplay is because we ran Kessels with all DPS, which is fine, easy to do with high enough players. Very easy, no big deal. But as you can see throughout the video, I'm still taking a lot of damage at times because we do not have the right amount of characters there, the right utility. And of course, I'm not positioning myself correctly. So this is kind of a critique of my own gameplay to kind of talk about what I'm going to be sharing within this video. We've talked about rotation for my hunter, but guys, every class has a rotation. If you're a newer player, make sure that you are learning a rotation. If you're a tank, you're always wanting to have those shields up, the ability to taunt the enemies to get their attention. Of course, the DPSs, of course, then need to have their rotation down to do big damage. And it's all just a big group effort when it comes to doing dungeons, especially when it gets to harder content. Of course, if you are the tank, you're wanting to hold aggro. Of course, if you're the DPS, you're wanting to be able to attack those enemies from behind, from the side. That way you're not taking a lot of damage. And of course, if you're the DC, you're wanting to buff those DPSs, and your main focus is keeping that tank alive if he's taking big damage. Everybody has a role, and everybody has a certain position they need to be in. You need to learn that position. Positioning is everything while fighting, especially in large groups of enemies. The positioning that you have and the rotation that you have can be a lifesaver. You always want to position yourself for each individual fight, whether it be hard content or easy content. The reason I say this is because if you do it within all of the content, that way it's always just automatic in your mind. If you're always positioned correctly, doing the correct rotation, when you get into harder stuff, you're not having to think about it. You're just automatically doing it. So always make sure you're positioning yourself for each fight. And the rotation and right positioning helps everybody in the group. I mean, how many times have you been in a dungeon? Somebody does a lot of damage. They may be running ahead of everybody, running ahead of the tank, running ahead of the rest of the DPS, the DC. They go up to a group of enemies, kill a lot of them, but they die in the process. That's not really helping the group at all. You're always wanting to be doing the right thing to help everyone. Because like I said, guys, the right rotation and the right positioning benefits the group. And it's not all based on damage. I know a lot of people are going to say, I want to do the most damage in a dungeon. That's fine. I don't really look at it that way. When I go in, if I do the most, it's fine. If I don't, it's fine. I'm looking to be able to help out the group, help out the team the most I can, and get us to the end as quickly as possible. Whether I do the most damage or not, I just want to make sure I'm doing the role-specific thing that I'm supposed to be doing while in that dungeon. So always keep this in mind, guys. Rotation and positioning is key, especially if you're a new player in dungeons. Always be practicing it. Always just have it ingrained in the back of your mind so it's automatic. And before long, you and the group that you're running with will have no problems in any content in the game. Of course, guys, if you like the video, hit the like. If you have not subscribed yet, please do so. And I'll catch you next time. Peace.